Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're going to be playing a Caleb card today. We'll be playing, I don't even know what it's called because, here we go. Imperial Thronesong? I can't read. We're going to be doing this one today. He's gonna call her his baby sister, right? I wonder how they're adopted in this one. Like, I'm sure they are, right? I mean, they're like that in all of their stuff, right? They're adopted. Or put together somehow. I don't know if it's adoption or what, but okay. I need to stop watching it because I don't want to get spoiled, but the not Lucio, what the Kindle is. Let's just start it. Okay. I need my Silas. Oh my goodness. Action right off the bat. Lord Galaxy.
Quick! Steal the main bridge's blast doors! Those Empire bastards have already taken control of the secondary command center!
They said something about the Lorne Galaxy in Silas's. There's like some kind of conflict between them, right? The Glory Federation is like second most powerful, right?
Send a message to the nearest starship immediately! High Marshal Caleb will...
One of my Imperial guards takes down the last soldier. Why? I'm so annoyed by that. Let's see, where was I even at? One of my Imperial guards takes down the last soldier standing outside the blast doors. The Imperial Guard captain gives me a laser firearm and I slowly raise it. I aim it at the mechanical lock located on the center of the blast door. The bridge blast doors open, releases the cloud of frosty white vapor.
Your Majesty, all Federation soldiers have been subdued. The starship now belongs to you.
So, did they infiltrate one of their ships?
We jammed their comms in advance. The Federation's High Marshal won't learn of this for at least 3 days.
At least 3 days. Then he's going to be mad, isn't he?
Reinforcements will arrive within 1 week to escort you safely back to our home planet.
I survey the area, walk past the broken Federation sitting on the ground, and give a slight nod. Federation dare to touch my belongings. The starship will serve as their reparation. Don't touch my stuff. She sounds like Silas. 2 weeks ago, I received word that the Empress's Roar, an Imperial transport ship, had been seized by the Federation while passing through Starport number 7. The Empire and the Federation were always at odds with each other due to their various conflicts, although battles large and small are commonplace. To blatantly overstep their jurisdiction within a starport in a neutral space zone was unmistakably a provocation. Not to mention the Empress's Roar was carrying gifts from various overlords for my coronation. You took all of her stuff. Have the guards inventory the warehouse, record everything that's missing or damaged. Isn't the High Marshal still recovering from his injuries? I'll send him a letter of concern in 3 days. Imagining the expression on his face when he receives it makes you smile. Include a reparation invoice as well.
As you wish.
She's gonna rub it in his face. So funny. After the guards leave, I walk into the depths of the starship's cabin. My fingers trail over an exquisite, ornate, double-edged dagger on the table. This doesn't seem to be amongst my presents. But, ooh, he's there. For 3 days, huh? The footsteps behind me resound almost simultaneously with the hum of the laser firearm recharging to its maximum output. I spin and raise my hand, the trigger, to set the maximum power. But the man aiming only raises one eyebrow with a flick of his finger. The firearm traces two silver arcs in his palm. Really? What? He tosses it to the attendant beside him as if discarding a boring toy. Behind him, dozens of Federation soldiers in pure black uniforms have sealed off all exits in the corridor. They bow their heads to him in sequence.
Your Majesty hasn't changed a bit. When it comes to your belongings, one wrong glance would send you flying into a rage. You even made a trip to this remote galaxy.
No wonder the starship's defenses were weak. I anticipated the Federation would have a backup plan, but I didn't expect Caleb to appear in person. Imperial guards still need time to form a counterattack. I need to stall him for now. The same can be said about the High Marshal, no? I heard you sustained minor injuries, but it looks as though you're all right.
You rarely leave your Imperial planet, so of course I had to personally welcome you to make sure everything was all right.
Caleb smiles and raises his finger, and the Federation soldiers' weapons simultaneously turn to me.
My baby sister.
How nice of you to show up. 2 weeks ago. Here we go. Look
Your
the
Majesty,
backstory.
the nobles are waiting in the audience hall.
I'm clicking on the wrong thing. There we go.
As for the interception of Empress's roar, someone leaked the intel. However, we don't know who. They're riled up and saying we must demand an explanation from the Federation.
The Emperor and the Federation have been at war for centuries. We don't need an excuse. And the nobles don't want an explanation. They want to see the new ruler's position and capabilities. A ray of sunlight falls on the flowers in the vase. I set down the stem in my hand and gesture for the maid to clean up the scattered leaves. You should pay the price for daring to target what's mine. Sounds like Silas. There we go, since I hunch over my desk all the time. I'm afraid Caleb's life in the Federation isn't always as glorious and carefree as I thought it was. Also, I'm going to be slouching a lot since this guy's in my lap now. He's like propped up on my keyboard thing. My desk. He most likely doesn't have the energy to manage starport-related affairs at the moment. This is the perfect opportunity for me to take the initiative. I sit up and take the robe the maid offers me. The Nebulaceae apples at Starport 7 are in full bloom, yes. I plan to visit them myself. Unfortunately, having a plan is one matter, but the changes brought about by Caleb's appearance are another story. More than 10 dots from the laser sight appears around me. I face them head on and take 2 steps. She's not afraid at all. Killing me is easy, but did you think about how you'll handle the aftermath? Although I'm the Empire's Empress, there are plenty of potential heirs to choose once I die. I shrug, lower my weapon, and smile. My successor might not be interested in playing these childhood games with you.
It was a joke, Your Majesty.
Caleb waves his hand and the guests behind him are immediately lowered.
Traces of weapons smuggling appeared at the starport, and the Federation is assisting the Lorne Galaxy with its investigation. It's all for the sake of interstellar peace. If armed conflict were to break out, it would threaten the safety of shipping routes.
Let's set aside the matter of peace. If the Lorne Galaxy sought to help the Federation, that would be reasonable justification. As the shipping hub at the center of our known cosmos, its stability affects the interests of many galaxies.
Those small gifts the Overlords offered you might very well be destroyed in some transportation accident. Even Your Majesty, who owns the entire Empire, would feel that minor wound. Am I wrong?
Since you know this, you shouldn't have interfered with my private transport spacecraft. You know very well I won't let this slide. Or are you saying you went through all this trouble just to lure me here for sightseeing? Caleb approaches me and picks up the double-edged dagger. He makes no move to slide it back into the sheath at his side.
It's been a long time since we last saw each other after your coronation. I missed you.
She's like, I'm sure you have. He says that last word, his lips are almost pressed against my ear. Only I can hear a familiar hint of playfulness. My finger curls around the loaded laser firearm as I lower my gaze. Caleb is the person closest to me, but at this moment, he and the Federation are the Empire's greatest enemy. So is this all an act then? Are they putting on an act to hate each other? If I want to secure my position as Empress, I will inevitably cross swords with him. Inevitably, huh? Fire the gun and kill Caleb. Oh my goodness. Drop the weapon and feign sympathy. Well, I learned from Silas's that it has an alternate end, right? So let's just go down the alternate end first. As much as I don't want to kill Caleb. Various thoughts swirl through my mind, and at long last I seize the clearest one. Regardless of our circumstances, he's my older brother, so naturally he belongs to me. Oh, really? Other than let someone else kill him, I'd rather do it myself. The laser firearm's barrel is knocked away just before the beam is fired. It grazes Caleb's shoulder and strikes the porthole behind him. With an expressionless face, he sheaths his dagger and glances at where his blade cut me.
I thought you'd be more interested in catching up.
Apparently not. The wound isn't deep. In fact, it's more of a warning. I press down on my wrist to stop the bleeding. Caleb raises his arm. The Federation soldiers who aimed at me again have received the signal to step back. They clear a path for me.
Take your Empress's roar and leave. I won't give you a warning next time.
Maybe we're not going down alternate path. Leave. We're leaving. I was young back then. Grand ambitions and confidence would sustain me as I walked this path alone. I turned and left the bridge. I didn't look back, not even once. Okay, maybe it is the ending. Sounds like it. War broke out once more. It wasn't any different from the wars between the Empire and the Federation over the past hundreds of years. Caleb and I, at distant ends of the cosmos, live and die in futility. The heavens can only eternally spin in vain. They both just die. In cosmic year 649, the meeting between the Empire's Empress Rael and Caleb, leader of the Federation, ultimately ended in discord. Once they grew up together in the Imperial Court, separated, they rose to power in two great galaxies to create their own era of prosperity. Okay, so they grew up together in the Imperial Court. Oh. As they ruled, the accumulated grievances between the Empire and the Federation failed to be resolved and worsened. They spent their entire lives restraining each other. They never achieved reconciliation. Expert from the star's brief history. That's the bad ending. At least he doesn't die, right? I don't want to kill Caleb. There's enough killing in this game. Enough death. Perfect opposites. Alright. Go back up into here and let's skip to the choice, right? Okay, we're gonna drop the weapon and feign sympathy. I drop the weapon and link arms with Caleb. My smile slowly widens. Regardless of what the future holds, this game-like power struggle has only just begun. I plan to savor it for a long time. I missed you too. Before I came here, I heard the Nebulacea apples bloom beautifully. Would you like to accompany me to see them? He puts his arm around me while sheathing his dagger.
Good answer. I know the perfect spot.
Good answer. Don't kill me. Inside the observation room, a metal hatch slowly closes behind us. We're the only ones here. Caleb recommended we head to the top of the starport's highest tower. From the window, one can see the Nebula Sea apples in their entirety.
The attire of an empress suits you well.
Weren't you threatening me with firearms earlier? You changed your tune awfully quick.
Are you angry?
Aww. He removes his sidearm, grips my hand, and places it over the weapon's handle. 2 different temperatures simultaneously envelop my palm. He's so cute. Possessive yandere Caleb and sweet and affectionate Caleb. 2 very opposite sides, but both very intriguing, right? I feel like now that they're behind closed doors, now they don't have to pretend, right?
You could hold it and threaten me.
You think I won't shoot?
You won't.
So confident. His fingers glide across my wrist and trail down my arm to reach my back. The rough texture makes my breath hitch for a moment.
I'm the only one who has played these kinds of games with you since childhood.
He tilts his head slightly and affectionately kisses my cheek.
And my guess is that you don't want this to end too soon either.
He whispers that so suggestively, doesn't he? It depends on what we can give each other during this time. I hug Caleb back, my breath caresses his neck. The Nebula Sea apple flowers at this starport are beautiful. I like them.
You can visit this place more often when you have the time. I can keep you company for as long as you want to look at them.
I narrow my eyes and pretend to accidentally step on his foot. Have you forgotten that what I like must belong to me? Oh. But as long as you let go, in time I can let bygones be bygones. Maybe the relationship between the Federation and the Empire could be mended through us. However, it was never good to begin with. Caleb shows no signs of loosening his grip. Instead, he picks up a strand of my hair and twirls it around his finger.
I know you well enough. You're upset because you didn't get the upper hand. Let's see. Another Imperial fleet should already be on its way here. If I withdraw my people from the starport now, I'm afraid what I'll face won't be your reconciliation. I might as well be caught in a pincer attack.
My thoughts had been exposed, so I cut to the chase. On behalf of the Empire, I can promise not to act against you on the condition that you leave immediately. No words leave his mouth. Then he flicks the accessory on my cloak, which is embedded with the crystallus he gave me. Pyrotalus? The crystal is only formed in the cold ring zones that are created when 2 nearby stars collapse simultaneously. Despite being on the market, it's always been priceless. One day, Caleb somehow got word from somewhere and piloted a long-haul vessel alone through the cold ring zone to find a crystal. I remember his smile when he brought it back. He said his job was always to bring me everything I want. But what if we want the same thing?
How long will it take for your fleet to arrive? A week? My people only need 2 days. Starport number 7 is the closest location for reaching the Nizir galaxy, where the Federation is located. We must control it at all costs. If worst comes to worst, we'll destroy it. It's still better than letting the Empire control it. I assume you didn't want that outcome when you arrived.
He's correct. I'm here with the intention of displaying an alliance with the Empire's nobles to confront a common enemy. It's so I could win over some of the loyalty I need for my reign. Starting a war isn't difficult, but winning without fighting is. I also don't want my subjects to remember me as a warmonger empress, especially since I've just ascended the throne. Contemplating the current situation, I pull away from his embrace. That's compromise then. Oh. Oh, okay. The Imperial fleet and the Federation's garrison both retreat. Everyone will be able to coexist peacefully.
My dear sister, you seem to have misunderstood me. I'm not here to negotiate.
Hello? I can't click on it. There we go.
The Starport's viceroy submitted his resignation, and the Lorne Galaxy has accepted the new candidate who was recommended by the Federation. It was when we were viewing the flowers.
What? I hit my mic and got distracted. The viceroy submitted his resignation. Caleb leads in, his voice softly brushing past my ear.
You weren't the only one buying time.
Caleb, you've truly become a convenient blade for the Federation. Bite her. A dull pain spreads from the side of my neck. I reach out to push him away, but he catches my wrist again.
Are you referring to this?
He just bite her neck. You, how dare you? I struggle and Caleb's arm tightens around me.
The Lorne Galaxy is frequently plagued by turbulence. It's better to wait for your fleet to arrive so they can escort you back to your home planet. For the next few days, just relax and focus on catching up with me.
His kiss descends without warning. Amidst the entanglement of his lips and teeth, I bite his lower lip. I only feel satisfied when the metallic taste of blood fills my mouth. They're so honored with each other. So he thinks that their fleet's not going to arrive for a little bit, right? So he's like, you're best to just hang out with me. Since he took what he wanted, this is the lightest price he'll have to pay. They're just assaulting each other, aren't they? One week later, she's back home.
This is Her Majesty's favorite cloak. Let go!
The vases! Protect Your Majesty's vases! Bring the cushions from the other rooms!
Shortly after the fleet escorted me back to my home planet, which was in the Empire, Caleb's apology gift arrived. Currently, they're brazenly digging up the ground in my greenhouse garden while making incomprehensible strange noises. There? What did he give her? Dogs?
They're chewing on the last Nebulasia apple.
Nebulasia, thank you.
Your Majesty, this Bitapup has a stubborn, unruly temperament. I believe the High Marshal sent them here with ill intentions. Why don't we send the creature to the Houndmaster? At least they will be taught some manners.
He gives her puppies. That's unnecessary. I look at the chaotic state of the garden they're in and raise my hand to stop the secretary from saying more. They're a mischievous pup who can't possibly tear down my palace. On my way back to the Empire, I came up with the rough beginnings of a plan for my retaliation. I just need an opportunity. Interstellar's Starfaring's Summit is about to be held in the Empire. Caleb has to arrive as a representative of the Federation. His starship will encounter a small problem, which means he won't be able to arrive on time. He'll have no choice but to ask me for help. I'll have them guard my bedchamber. I'm sure he'll ask you for help. Not really. When their former master apologizes to me, they can help me deliver a message. In Cosmic Year 129, people dissatisfied with the Cosmic Empire left the Allure Galaxy. They announced they would establish their own nation in the Nazir Galaxy. Thus, the Glory Federation was born. The Federation opened its doors to all of the Empire's opponents. Within several decades, it rapidly grew into the Empire's most powerful adversary. Okay, so the Empire and the Glory Federation were once the same, and then strife was sown and they split up. In Cosmic Year 150, the Empire formally declared war on the Federation. And so for hundreds of years, the flame of conflict never ceased. Both sides claimed victories and defeats, but the two greatest galaxies always maintain a delicate balance. Neither could completely shake off the other's foundation. In Cosmic Year 642, a young man who grew up in the Imperial Court voluntarily switched sides and went to the Federation to study. To study, huh? I'm guessing they don't have like prolonged lives, right? Like super long lives, because this is like 500 years later. At the time, no one knew that this young man who rose to the position of High Marshal in just 5 years could change the entire cosmos. Excerpt from the Star's Brief History. 2 months later. Oh. But before changing the cosmos, there was another important matter awaiting the young man's attention. Oh. It said 2 months later, right? His unexpected absence from last evening's summit, which had been held in the Empire, is the result of bidding on the Lorne Galaxy's long-haul vessels.
Due to personal reasons, I will regrettably be absent for this interstellar starfaring summit. I hereby extend my sincerest apologies to all participants and to the organizer of this conference, the Empress of the Cosmic Empire.
Several ministers are already visibly delighted before the holographic report on Astral News ends.
It's as Her Majesty predicted. The Federation would never admit that their starships experienced technical malfunctions. Who could have predicted that replacing one small component would make their superior navigation system malfunction?
Representatives from the Lorne Galaxy want the Empire and the Federation to bid for the new long-haul vessels so they can gain a profit. Since the Federation is absent, we predict we'll be able to save 100 million cosmic credits.
Your Majesty is truly wise.
In a good mood, I tap the armrest of my throne while accepting the minister's flattery. Let's secure Lorne's long-haul vessel production line for the next 3 years before the Federation realizes what's happening. Caleb will get a taste of returning empty-handed this time. After everyone leaves, I reopen the news report from earlier and wave my hand to rewind it by several seconds. Then I take a screenshot. Oh. This obedient, apologetic expression is a rare sight. I'll send it to Caleb later so he can see it for himself. It's a pretty palace, isn't it? As I leave the audience hall, the overcast sky doesn't affect my mood in the slightest. In the corridor, Haby, whose name was found inscribed on the inside of their collar, is enthusiastically chewing on their beloved toy. I didn't get to read that. I had to pause for a second. They happily bound over to my feet once they see me approach. I pick up the toy, hold it in my hand, and playfully tease Taby with it. You're well behaved. I'll give you an extra treat later. Their short tail is wagging even faster now. As raindrops suddenly fall, I scoop up Taby and head to the nearest greenhouse for shelter. Is it going to thunder? Is Caleb going to be there? He's probably there. The greenhouse has long since been renovated. Plants extend outward, and their leaves to release the season's distinctive fragrance. Subconsciously, I make my way around a flower wall. Sure enough, I spot that familiar white bench. Looks exactly the same as before. Back then, Caleb and I would often whisper here. Whisper what? He looks cute in this little formal getup, doesn't he? Flower blooms abundantly in the greenhouse. We avoided the maids by hiding in the blossom's shade. Must you go to that weird academy?
It's the Glory Federation's Interstellar Military Academy. It's the best military school in the galaxy. You saw the acceptance email a long time ago and even filed it under not interested.
I pretend not to notice the teasing in his tone and plucked a wilted flower from the corner. The Federation despises Imperial citizens. They might never let you graduate.
Don't worry. I'll be going there as a neutral planet's heir. No one will cause trouble.
But if you go to the Federation, you'll have to start over.
Starting from scratch to reach the position of High Marshal sounds exciting, though.
But if you become the High Marshal, you won't just be my Caleb anymore. I furrow my brow and he pokes the space between my worry lines.
No buts. Don't you trust me? When you're the Empress and I'm the High Marshal, we can change the current relationship between the Empire and the Federation.
Man, so if that was our goal, what went wrong? That's what I want to know. Who knows if that will be the case. When you leave, I won't be able to talk to anyone.
How's that possible? You're the future Empress. There will be plenty of people doing everything they can to win your favor.
He bends down to pick up I forgot how to say that already. Nebulasia? That's I think what it is. He bends down to pick up a Nebulasia apple from the flower bed and pins it to my collar.
They're like this flower. Regardless of its rarity, all you need to do is look at it a little longer, and it shall bloom forever in your garden.
I know, but they can be tiresome sometimes. They're nothing compared to you.
Power always means enduring a few minor inconveniences. But with me, you can always be that willful little sister. I'll be leaving in a month. Aside from your gift list, is there anything you want?
Anything?
Yes. Anything.
Summer flowers and fruits have ripened, their rich fragrances mingling with an intense desire. Before you leave, please satisfy me. Satisfy you? What does that mean? I tilt my head up and kiss his lips for the first time. Right? Back then I had no idea what I wanted to taste. She kisses him for the first time. Aw, that's it. I was hoping for a little more extra lines, but whatever. My scattered thoughts return to the present. I look at the petals I unconsciously plucked and brush them aside. Perhaps Caleb and I had already taken different paths to build our own lives since the beginning. I believe that even though we might have instances of nostalgia, neither of us would question the choices we made. I just don't know when we'll see each other again.
Your Majesty, the High Marshal has arrived.
Oh, there you go. She's like, what? Why is he here? So funny. Somehow Caleb has arrived in the Empire before the Interstellar Star Ferry Summit ended. The fact that he left the other galaxy representatives behind to see me makes it difficult to determine his real purpose, however.
You complained about this silver tray being too plain when I gave it to you. You're still using it?
I forgot to throw it away. She's so cocky. She's like, I'm not using it. What are you talking about?
As for these apple fruits, you must have forgotten to have someone replace them with more seasonal ones.
They're just fruits. If you like them, you could take some back. The High Marshal still insisted on visiting the Empire even though the Interstellar Starfarian Summit is about to end. Are you planning to apologize to me in person?
Your Majesty invited me for afternoon tea first. Let's chat while we drink.
The Empire and the Federation aren't on friendly terms, but since Caleb is visiting during the summit, I still need to fulfill my duties as a hostess. Seeing him hold his teacup with leisurely attitude, I feel as though he's returned to his own garden. I should have made him wait a little longer in the audience halls. The chairs are the most uncomfortable. She's so spiteful. No, she was happy to see him. She rushed to go see him. And now she's regretting it. The attendants lead Taby away, but I don't overlook the way their tails wag with a particular enthusiasm. Ah, you raised him. They still remember you after so long.
Yet it seems like you've forgotten me. Or is the Empire's communication system so poor that not even one message from you could get through in 2 months?
I have my own matters to deal with. Caleb nods non-committally, sets down his teacup, and rests one hand against the side of his face. Kind of like this image over here on my my display, I guess.
Your Majesty should be occupied with countless Imperial matters. So, you've been busy trying to retaliate against me?
Before I can counter, he continues speaking, but he's not making any accusations.
The plan was good this time. The people who executed it were very careful. I almost didn't find any evidence. But if you had been a bit more ruthless, I could have been the first High Marshal to get lost and die in magnetic field turbulence due to a navigation system failure.
Oh no. I pick up a pastry and feign the perfect amount of surprise. Oh, I thought you said you were absent due to personal reasons. Using such an excuse at the last minute to implicate the Empire would be too obvious. People from other galaxies wouldn't believe it.
So you were waiting for me to show up in the hologram. I took some time to get here, but fortunately, it could wait.
Like a magician, he produces a bouquet of flowers. I'm stunned. You took the time to prepare this.
I was already late, so I figured showing up later would be more to your liking.
That's not what I wanted. The familiar floral fragrance just past us. Despite our current circumstances, it stirs distant memories and softens my heart.
When you and I lived in the Empire, we used to butt heads over all sorts of things. You were younger, and I spoiled you. During those moments when you were in the wrong, sometimes I'd say you had a point. You never apologized, and I didn't have time to coax you out of your sulking episodes. But it's clear that neither of us could live without the other. We made a promise at that time.
Whenever one of us wanted to make up to the other, we'd place a flower by that person's pillow. The person who receives the flower must forgive the other before it wilts. Oh, is he asking for forgiveness? She did say that she wanted him to come apologize in person, right?
I'm here because I wanted to know if this promise still holds true. And whether the Federation and the Empire we represent might still have a chance for cooperation.
Although I'm surprised, I only raise my eyebrow and signal for him to continue.
The Federation and the Empire have been mired in conflicts where survival itself was at stake. But after hundreds of years, this struggle has long since become a pointless habit. From minor clashes to wars, each one consumes finite resources while others prosper.
It's not as if I haven't considered the matters he speaks of. The tension between the Empire and the Federation stems from more people maneuvering beneath the surface. They create a turbulent undercurrent that never stops. But if I'm going with the flow that takes the least effort, why should I position myself as a reef? Since there will always be those who profit from conflict, any attempt to collaborate or a collaboration would face significant resistance. I don't necessarily have to oppose you, but I also don't want to invite trouble.
If you let war fester, will it be easier for you to be the Empress? Don't forget that I defeated the ruler before you, who ultimately became the Empire's discarded pawn.
Caleb continues speaking in a measured, persuasive manner, but I detect a hint of something suspicious. You're confident you can defeat me. Why are you actively proposing cooperation?
The Empire has many heirs, but only you are my baby sister. Why wouldn't I favor you?
I don't believe you. Has many heirs. So obviously, okay, so is this the relationship then? Since he considers her an heir, he considers her his sister, right? And obviously they all probably didn't come from the same parents, I'm assuming. So there's like a list of people that can become heir if she dies, right? I think that in Silas's, the uncle was upset because he was in line, he was the royal blood of the person who was dethroned or died. I don't remember if they were dethroned or died. And he was mad that he didn't get it. She got it instead. So I'm still trying to figure out their relationship because he keeps calling her his sister. I need to know what their relationship is. So, because, you know, if they're not related, I need to know what they're hinting at. It's kind of like, what? My Next Life as a Villainess, where Keith always calls her sister. Even in the Japanese, calls her sister. But he's adopted, but that's just how he always saw her. And I guess both of them grew up in the Empire together, and I want to say like they became good friends during it all. And because they can both inherit the throne, that's how he saw her as. I'm trying really hard here. That being said, I'm also aware of how Caleb's proposal is worth considering. He finishes his last sip of tea and shows no urgency as he waits for my response.
Come to think of it, it's been a while since we traveled together. Why don't we look at what I found while I was lost this time? I think you'll be interested.
What'd you lose? The long haul of vessel cuts through the edge of the cosmos and traverses star clusters and multiple warp points before arriving at the outmost edge of the Lorne Galaxy. You know, after this, I think I'm going to go watch Angel's Quarter video on this because she posted something for Caleb. Uncomfortable intentionally is what she titled, is what she put in her screenshot anyway. Yeah, watch us talk about Caleb's lore. I want to know what she thinks. So, see if she thinks what I think. Interstellar dust gradually increases during the latter half of the journey. Caleb steers with precision to avoid countless obstacles. I like this music.
Luckily, I was able to practice on the way here. I wouldn't dare to take you on a flight like this otherwise.
I think it gave you the perfect opportunity to show off your piloting skills in front of your subordinates.
You're not wrong. No wonder people say that the younger ones are little heartwarmers. You truly are considerate.
During our conversation, the vessel gradually slows down.
We're here.
All around us are dust clouds that obscure our vision and churning nebula storms. I look at Caleb. He stares at the observation display, his wrist moving as he slowly adjusts the altitude.
When I got lost, I discovered warp points that aren't marked on the star map. I named this area Veletio, which means hidden place.
We're already close to the edge of the Lorne Galaxy if we go any further. I stopped realizing why Caleb brought me here. Lorne is connected to Allura and Nazir. It serves as a buffer zone between the Empire and the Federation and is the central hub of the known cosmos. But beyond that exist countless unknown places that have never been explored.
It's exactly what you're thinking. This warp point might lead to an unknown star system. The value it could bring far exceeds a single war. Shared interests can resolve hatred. The same principle can be applied to the Federation and the Empire.
But it could also lead to destruction or nothing at all.
The decision is yours. I'm simply showing my sincerity for cooperation.
Do you want to go? Let's go. Above the firmament, that unfamiliar warp point flickers faintly, is barely perceptible in the distance. Does anyone else know?
You're the second person.
You trust me that much. I look at Caleb, but I can't figure out what he's thinking. If I were to make a move against you, I can monopolize this discovery. No one else knows we came here. You'd be turned into cosmic dust.
Someone who truly wanted to kill would never look their enemy in the eye and speak the way you're speaking.
I know, right? She's just threatening him, and he's like, you have no threats. You have no threats. I need to think about this. Caleb lowers his head, shadows fall across his brow as the air between us grows thick with tension.
Sure. But given our current situation, I'm afraid we don't have much time. Regardless of what our decision is, we need to move fast.
My kiss falls with a fierce intensity. I close my eyes. No, I didn't see the thing. I'm like, it's going to go away. Kiss falls with fierce intensity. I close my eyes and I allow myself to surrender to his bold transgression. Transgression. That's funny. Outside the porthole, the nebulous storm surges violently once more, the eerie purple light flowing across the glass. Our shadows of our intertwined figures cast. There are many reasons that bind us together, but when they're weighed on a scale, our mutual interests outweigh everything else. I know that Caleb doesn't trust me as much as he lets on. Then again, neither do I. No one trusts anyone in this in this banner, do they? Morning light pierces through the layering clouds and casts light gray shadows around the massive long haul vessel. They're arranged in a formation at the center of the square. Faintly trembling from the engine's heat, massive holes are painted with the emblems of the Empire and Federation. Around the square, nobles advance slowly within layers of guards while commoners gather like a tide in the outermost ring. At the highest point of the ceremonial spacecraft, I stand shoulder to shoulder with Caleb. We overlook this performance of peace.
The Empire and the Federation will form a joint fleet for the first Veletio warp trial.
Oh, we're going.
The stars will be our witness to this program, as it paves a smooth path towards cooperation. Lasting peace shall last longer in the cosmos.
I gaze at the nobles below, whose expressions are filled with the most doubt. And I look at Caleb. Then I look at Caleb, who's beside me. After returning from that trip, I formally considered his suggestion to propose that we use the starport number 7 as a springboard to conduct a stable warp drill consisting of a joint escort. It would allow us to test whether Veletio is stable while rooting out a few troublemakers who are working behind the scenes.
Your Majesty, High Marshal, please complete the ceremony.
Shall we do this together?
I didn't get to read that. I'm just about to step forward when Caleb holds out his hand to me. Take his hand. Let's make sure it's gonna let me read it. This is the first time in 5 years that I've held his hand in daylight. His warmth travels through my fingers, through our fingers. It's so comforting that it leaves me in a daze. Meanwhile, the scepter I hold remains cold as always. Two weeks later, they're gonna go. According to what Caleb and I had agreed upon, he will lead the first phase of the Veletio warp trial. He'll establish an observation center at Starpoint number 7 and use the brand new warp point to dispatch fleets in batches. Yet before the first fleet could even depart, the Empire's agents planted at the starport reported bad news.
I didn't expect the Federation to act so quickly. It's only been a few days since they stationed themselves at Starport number 7, and they've already found an excuse to form a blockade around the area.
Oh, they work on Caleb's orders, though.
Our people and long-haul vessel are still being detained. Communications have been cut off as well. They almost kept us in the dark.
The Federation can't be trusted. We never should have entertained the idea of cooperating with them. We've lost 10 of our newest spacecraft.
I'm somewhat prepared for the obstacles this plan would encounter, but everything happens so fast that it's catching people off guard. I rub my brow and question whether Caleb would make such a short-sighted decision. Perhaps I'm unwilling to admit that my desire to believe in him is greater than I previously thought. But everything in the cosmos is constantly changing. The Empire can still afford to pay this price. However, the Federation didn't just offend the Empire, the Lorne Galaxy won't tolerate their repeated provocations. Rapidly calculating the current situation in my mind, the highest priority is to withdraw before public opinion turns against us. Fortunately, I have a backup plan. Stick to the original plan. I will announce that I'm recovering from an illness to temporarily avoid the spotlight. As for the joint fleet, it's time to let the Lorne Galaxy know the deployment details around Veletio. Oh, she's going to, what did she say in the beginning? Like, tell someone else, right? The Federation broke the agreement first, so they can't blame me for muddying these waters. Right? Yeah, tell them about the deployment plans. With the resolve to distance myself from this mess, I consistently claim I'm ill and remain in seclusion for the next 2 weeks. Each day, apart from taking walks in the garden and walking my bit-to-pup, I spend my time in my bedchamber or study. This could truly be called leisurely. Until tonight, that is. As usual, I walk to my bedchamber with the secretary before parting ways, and I feel something is amiss. The maid seems to be somewhat nervous.
Your Majesty?
Did something happen while I wasn't there?
It's the same as usual. The Duchess visited and brought her nephew, who reportedly admires you.
Okay.
Following Your Majesty's instructions, we said that you need to rest and receiving visitors is impossible.
Caleb's gonna be there, isn't he? During my repercussions, nobles have already been stirring restlessly behind the scenes. There's also no shortage of those wanting to seize an opportunity to curry favor. Tabby is still lying outside the door. They normally bark when they catch a stranger's scent, but today they seem unusually well behaved. Unusually well behaved. Because Caleb's there. I'm overthinking it. I know. The dog liked him, didn't he? I give a slight nod, and the maid immediately understands. They open the doors to my bedchamber for me. Before the doors are fully open, I catch sight of a familiar outfit. Caleb. Gasp, how did I know? I quickly walk into my bedchamber and dismiss all the maids. Caleb approaches and leans down to remove my cloak. His fingers slowly brush across my cheek.
You look terrible. Are you ill?
Aww. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm eating well, drinking well, sleeping well. The stress that you've caused me hasn't given me an actual ailment yet. So funny. The trouble you've caused me. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I knew as soon as word got round that she was ill that he would come and check on her, right? And you... Let me should okay. And you... Are you so pleased with the chunk you bit off from the Empire that you made a special trip here to thank me?
I'm here to resolve that matter, yes.
But it wasn't you. His overly calm demeanor only makes me more irritated. I turn to avoid his touch. Does the truth behind Velitia matter to us anymore? The last possibility for cooperation has vanished. Our next meeting will be on the battlefield. Dang.
You don't trust me.
Oh man, look at that look. He does not like that. Why would I? Didn't you already receive the price I paid for that trust? 10 long-haul spacecraft. It was very expensive, my dear brother.
Don't talk to me like that.
Oh. Halo, I'm the Empress of the Cosmic Empire. You're the one who can't address me so casually.
I'll give you an explanation. You can decide whether or not you believe it.
Dang. They are already at each other's throats. I gotta put him somewhere. Like, I'm trying to not hit my microphone with him. Thank you. I'll be more cautious next time, especially when matters involving you are involving you are involved. Involving you are concerned. That would have been a better choice. People are like this sometimes. They know their words are irrational, yet they are unable to stop themselves from saying them. Aww. She's just lashing out in pain because she's hurt. She's hurt by him. I thought tonight it would end on a sour note, but Caleb stays silent for a moment before looking outside.
I'm your brother. Don't always assume the worst of me.
At some point, it started raining again. The pitter-patter creates a delicate rhythm against the window frame. There are no other sounds. I turn away, avoiding the gaze that shines with a new emotion. Aww. Forget it. I'm not in the mood to play this game with you.
You'd rather play with another man.
Another man? He's actually called another man. Oh, man. Who was it again? The Duchess something or other? Nephew? Brought her nephew. You rather play with another man. He's so jealous. Here we go. Caleb's jealousy is way worse than Silas's jealousy. I've already figured this out in the other stuff. I look towards the sound and see a rug at the foot of the bed. It's rolled up, and a vague outline of a person wrapped inside is visible. He's rolled up in a rug?
Behave.
Behave.
Falling out of the window of the Empress's bedchamber can barely be considered leaving with dignity and grace.
Wow. I mean, Silas didn't give him a warning. Silas just extinguished him. The rug thrashes more violently. Caleb narrows his eyes and kicks it. The room falls silent once more. That was harsh.
You're worried about him?
That's just how he is with you. He grips my chin and forces me to meet his gaze. We don't even talk. Why are you concerned about nothing? I'll send him back later.
He went through quite the effort to touch the Empress's bed. And you're going to return him without even giving him a glance? His face is decent, but his physique...
His face is decent. There's no need for that. Plenty of people like him compete to get closer to me, and there are others with superior physiques. I can't believe she just said that. He's like, oh, no, you don't. Look at that face. I love it when he does that. He grabs her and he just looks up at her. So cute. A low chuckle brushes past my ear as he suddenly grips my wrist. I crash into his chest.
It seems you've been living comfortably during your recovery. Isn't it my turn now?
You. The sarcasm that doesn't escape is crushed between lips and teeth. His kiss descends like a sudden downpour. Sudden downpour. It's just like Silas. My body surrenders before my will can resist. For some reason, we seem to crave each other more than usual tonight. I'm sorry, but they're doing this while there's a man rolled up underneath their bed. That poor man. He's gotta listen to it. It's raining again, and maybe, just maybe, we're both tired. This weather is perfect for holding someone close. Or perhaps we finally see the unbridgeable rift that lies between us, yet we're unwilling to accept it. Before everything completely falls apart, we still want to desperately hold on to something. Caleb.
Your reactions are more genuine this time.
Caleb. I glare at him only to earn a more intense response as he presses himself against me. It's an attempt to overwhelm me with an irresistible force. We know exactly what's happening. The way they word it. So this game can remain T-rated, right? Neither of us wants to surrender. I forcibly push him, and he wraps his arms around me as we tumble toward the bed. Oh, they're still standing. I press my knee against his tense abdomen and look down as I restrain him beneath the folds of my dress. Restrain him? So he's the one on the bed. He holds my waist as he holds my waist as his kisses trail down from my chest. The warm, wet sensation settles on my abdomen and sends thrilling shivers through me. Dang. We've embraced each other like this countless of times before, where our bodies are intimately intertwined, yet our hearts beat on opposite sides of an unreachable chasm. Not the first time he's come to her room at night.
I know why you wanted me to do this with you in the beginning. You're used to having everything, so you're unwilling to accept that I'm the one thing you can't control or claim as yours.
But aren't you still in my hands at this very moment? I release my grip on Caleb's hand and let my fingers trail down from his Adam's apple. My movements carry a hint of teasing he excels at. We all know she likes his Adam's apple, right? And had a hickey on it in the last card. A certain thought that has always lingered is about to surface. A certain thought. It's the simplest method, and it could solve all of our problems. The simplest method. Didn't Silas said marriage was the simplest? No, he said it was the most easily overlooked or something like that. If I were to capture you and immediately imprison you, is that easy? Without you as their High Marshal, the Federation won't be a threat to the Empire for a very long time.
That would work, I suppose. But what would Caleb be to you when he's stripped of his status as the Federation's High Marshal?
What will he be? I'm gonna go for this because you're my brother by blood and my natural born enemy by blood? Don't tell me that, please. Like, I did want to think about it. As long as you bear the name Caleb, I will never feel at ease when I sit on the throne. I'll give you a new identity, abandon your past, and stay here where I can see you every day. For example, my bedchamber is the perfect spot. I got a few comments about this whenever I made my reaction trailer, but I don't know. They didn't have to say that, right? Like, I could have lived in Fantasyland where what I thought they were, right? Maybe it's translated. Maybe it's not translated properly. I don't know.
You want me to be your secret lover. A mere shadow that no one remembers. Names and identities are nothing more than pieces of cloth. Even if you strip them from me, you still won't be able to truly trust me.
His hand glides along my waist before finally clasping my wrist and pulls me into his embrace once more.
Isn't this our current situation?
It's a reminder, my Caleb isn't a bird that can be caged in a greenhouse garden. He's someone I can never control. I was talking to myself. This is still the easiest method. My fingers dangerously wrap themselves around his neck and shake his neck.
You want to turn my head into one of your trophies?
Wow. They're just so brutal with each other, aren't they?
If I let our circumstances develop naturally, maybe you'll get a chance. When that time comes, make sure you're the one who kills me. This is also my promise to you.
Alright, deal. In his eyes, I see myself wearing the same complex smile that's on his face. He's still in fever mode. I was going to say something else. I'm like, wait a second, that sounds wrong in my head. Long ago, our hunger for power tore holes through our chests and filled them with cold, ruthless hearts. Caleb and I are prisoners in our hearts' lack of mercy. We're merely puppets who are controlled and deceived by them. But perhaps we can still do one thing, one tiny act of resistance. Oh. Let's leave future matters to the future. At this moment, I want to feel the warmth that you leave in my body. I take his hand. No. I take his hand and guide it to my warmest depths. Oh my gosh, I don't want to read this. I really don't want to. Even if it wasn't brother and sister thing, like, I don't want to read this. Like, not even if it was Silas. As long as we have it to prevent us from being too cold, that's enough. When we embrace, he seemingly wants to embed himself into my very being. He wants to return to that point in primordial chaos where we had yet to be separated. Our passion isn't born from understanding and trusting each other. Our refusal to be consumed by that horrible emptiness gave rise to it. Intense pleasure and faint melancholy mingle and merge. They wash over us in waves from where we're connected. I just can't. I have no idea how embarrassed I am right now. If this is what love is, then we're in love. Okay, please.
You are mine.
Oh my gosh.
We've always belonged to each other. The cosmos in its entirety can't even compare to your kiss right now.
Oh my goodness. This is worse than all the 4-star cards. My tongue catches something salty and bitter. Are these my tears? It turns out every tear of joy is still astringent. Even tears of joy are astringent. What does that mean? You are mine. Oh my goodness. It doesn't matter. I've already kissed him. Okay, what does that word mean? I gotta look it up now. You know what? I'm not gonna say what I'm not gonna say the definition of this. I don't know how this refers to what they're doing, but it's fine. We'll just leave it at that. It's fine. The Federation has betrayed us and taken control of multiple starships in the Lorne Galaxy. So glad that scene's over. My goodness. We know their next target is the Empire. As your Empress, I have the responsibility to allow the Council of Elders to pass the Imperial Emergency Act. This is not a declaration of war. It's to ensure we won't be caught off guard when the crisis truly arrives. On the holographic screen, today's speech, in which I announce my recovery and return, plays repeatedly. I gaze at the figure speaking eloquently in the video, yet my thoughts turn to a person who's at the other end of the galaxy. After we parted ways that day, Caleb cleaned up the aftermath at Starpoint 7 by himself. I don't know what he did, but even the Lorne Galaxy was pacified. The Empire's spacecrafts were returned. Caleb packaged this crisis as my victory, and it even earned me a considerable amount of admiration from the nobles. This is his explanation to me, and perhaps the reason I might be able to trust him again. Oh. However, we know the cosmos. We know a cosmos that's about to be ignited cannot be doused by droplets of water. The communication device rings, interrupting my thoughts.
How have you been?
Not too bad, but not great either. You?
Same. I saw Taby had torn up your precious garden last time. There was dirt everywhere. I sent a fresh batch of Nebulasia apples. They'll arrive in a couple of days.
I hope they can survive a little longer to Taby's teeth this time. Speaking of which, they managed to chew an entire lace trim into my bedchamber's curtains. Do you want to see the photos?
Sure. Don't spoil them too much, though.
I don't do that. When they're not being mischievous, they're actually adorable. We chat about everyday matters and make jokes as usual. We avoid mentioning the war. It's possible we have nothing left to say to each other once the situation has escalated to this point. Two days after the umpteenth border scuffle between the Empire and the Federation, the Nebulasia apples that Caleb sent to bloom. Petting Taby, I sit on the bench of the greenhouse garden. It's a rare moment of peace. Suddenly, hurried footsteps resound outside the garden. I turn to see the serious expression on the secretary's face.
Majesty, we have an emergency. There was an explosion in Starport Number 7's transit zone. The Federation claims that the starship involved bears markings of a transit authorized by the Empire.
Uh-oh. The sounds of rushing water echoes in my ears again, and I see myself drifting downstream towards the only direction available to me once more.
The nobles are already waiting for you in the audience hall.
Let's go. I pat Taby's fluffy head and stand up to leave. Clutching a flower, they roll around on the grass, their tail wags as cheerfully as always. The war has begun. It happens more easily than expected and is developing rapidly. The situation where two sides are eventually matched changes drastically after the Lorne Galaxy's first batch of long-haul vessels joins the Empire. In a few months, the Federation's decline has become apparent. I haven't seen Caleb, and I no longer hear the ringtone that accompanies his calls. Okay, I'm confused. The war has begun. Changes drastically. In a few months. Oh, so it's been months now since she's seen him. But occasionally I would hear his name in military reports.
Your Majesty, we've just received intel. The Federation's council is pressuring Caleb. They're demanding him to voluntarily resign. But Caleb took an unyielding stance and sent people overnight to warn the leading councilman. 2 days ago, he left the Federation's capital with a loyal fleet. His whereabouts are currently unknown. It's also possible that the Federation deliberately released this as a smokescreen to make us lower our guard.
Let's buy the headlines of the front page. All galaxies will spread this rumor. Either Caleb comes forward to deny it or he lets it become reality. I believe the scales are tipping in my favor, but the sense of achievement accompanying it isn't as great as I expected. Something from the past never dies. Even now it continues to gnaw at me. The void in my heart has become exceptionally vast. It's an emptiness that couldn't be filled even if I possessed the entire cosmos. Only Caleb can fill her void. After ending another deployment meeting, I return alone to my bedchamber and fall into a deep sleep. In my dream, an indigo wasteland stretches across cosmic dust. Something older than memory summons me. I raise my head and see the moonlight outlining a familiar figure.
You look tired tonight. What's wrong?
You know, if I put this over here, I can look over towards the camera, right? You have the gall to ask. I walk over and sit beside Caleb and lean against his shoulder like when we were children. I feel an unexpected softness. Fortunately, this is a dream. I wouldn't be able to lean on you otherwise.
I'll always protect you whenever you want to lean on me.
I shake my head. You once told me that power is a blade. We must hold it in our own hands. When you grip the hilt of a blade, you can't dream of embracing another person.
Using a blade is easy. You'll always point the sharp end toward your enemies. But your current enemy is me.
You say awful words even in my dreams. I hear Caleb laugh as if he doesn't care. Then he wraps his arm around my shoulder to pull me into an intimate proximity.
Although this isn't what we originally wanted, the war has already begun.
You don't want it either because I'll win this time.
Can one victory fill that unbearable emptiness in your heart?
I don't know. The throne, victory, peace, a greater cosmos, and you. I want everything. She's so greedy.
We've only been apart for a few months, and here you are, being more brazenly greedy.
I know, right? It's also your fault. I'm gonna put it back over here. I don't like it over there. I am notably honest when facing Caleb in my dreams. Maybe it's because it's been too long since we talked like this. You're the one who made me think I could obtain everything, and now you won't let me continue having beautiful dreams.
Aren't I in your dream at the moment? You can do whatever you want to me. I just don't know how much you'll remember when you wake up.
Noticing what Caleb is trying to imply, I pinch his arm. What am I to you?
You're proud, greedy, suspicious, willful, and even detestable sometimes. Yet, you're the cutest baby sister I could ask for.
Under the vast sky, we sit quietly for a long time. Only the moon's slow descent reminds me of the passage of time. Something soft brushes against my palm. I look down to see a blue-gray flower he placed in my hand. It's then that I notice the wasteland is somehow covered in blossomy nebulasia apples. I keep wanting to say nebulacia. Caleb seems to remember something. Smiling, he stands up. Are you leaving?
The dream is about to end. We can only make our wishes come true after we wake up.
Your wishes. I don't think I even know what they are. It doesn't look like he'll say more. I give up. Never mind. You're just part of my dream. I can't expect you to answer questions I can't figure out myself.
2 stars following separate orbits. Even if they intersect for a moment, it'll bring about destruction.
Stop lagging. I don't like it.
That's one cosmic law. But it's possible that after seeking and embracing each other for eons, their attraction might not necessarily be for mutual destruction.
I'm still trying to make sense of his cryptic words when he turns around. He walks towards the edge of the wasteland where the moon has fallen. I want to catch up with Kayla, but I step onto empty air and rapidly fall. Before my consciousness drifts away, I hear his voice again. It's more distant.
Aren't you curious about my wishes? I want the rules of this cosmos to change according to my will.
When I wake up, moonlight filters through the lattice windows and falls next to my pillow. Looking at my empty hands, I feel disoriented. It seems that someone once gently, tenderly held them for a long time. Even now, warmth still lingers. I haven't even got to the Kindle yet. Lorne Galaxy 2 weeks later. Man, this memory takes place over months. Time passes silently, and the shadow of war still looms over the major galaxies. Inside the reception hall and in the front of a massive panoramic glass wall, starship models are displayed like constellations. Nearby, Phelan, a representative from the Lorne Galaxy, traps the hologram to give the sales pitch for this batch of brand new starships.
This is the design for the 3rd batch. If your majesty approves, we can immediately begin the next round of production.
There's no need to hurry. Currently, losses from the Imperial starship battles are lower than expected. I give you a contract that our strategies redrafted later. Redrafted, sorry. Phelan pauses, then the hologram on the glass wall slightly trembles in response.
Of course.
Your Majesty!
Now what? Without waiting for the guards outside, my secretary bursts into the reception hall. She's unable to hide her excitement.
The fleet led by the High Marshal encountered an emergency in the Allure Galaxy. The cause is currently unknown, but they chose to make an emergency landing within Imperial territory. We've already calculated their approximate location and narrowed it down to 3 sites.
Oh, Caleb went missing, right? Okay. Phelan immediately stands up and bows respectfully.
Congratulations, Your Majesty. The High Marshal has crashed into the Empire's territory. This is an excellent opportunity.
Go take him out.
If the Empress gives out the order to execute him, no one will dare to question Your Majesty's reign.
Oh, since when have the Lauren citizens started caring about matters between the Empire and the Federation? I thought you'd be happier to see this conflict continue. After all, you still have plenty of high-quality goods worth selling.
The High Marshal has always been despotic and recklessly willful. My suggestion is to not let him easily escape your control, Your Majesty.
She wants to control him, right? I remain non-committal, my gaze sweeping past Phelan to land on the secretary waiting nearby. Find them. Before I give the order, no one is permitted to attack.
As you wish.
I nod in acknowledgement, my fingers tapping the table's surface. Out of the corner of my eye, I catch a fleeting shadow of displeasure across Phelan's face. Ever since Interstellar's Starfaring Summit was held, the people of the Lorne Galaxy have been somewhat dissatisfied with Caleb. But obvious attempts at sowing discord are a first. Did their patrons become impatient? The Lorne Galaxy may have never been truly neutral, but I have no intention of exposing their scheme to use me as their weapon for now. At this moment, I'm more concerned about Caleb's situation. Notify the command ship. We're departing for our home planet. The command ship traverses through the dark cosmos. Star streaks past at light speed as if the entire world is disappearing behind me. I think I have too many things to ask him after 6 months. 6 months? Dang. In what capacity should I meet you this time? I know. How are we going to treat you? Is it Kindle time? Yes. Look at her. She's so beautiful. He seems Go find him. He seems unconcerned. I forgot to change my hair for this. No. It's fine. The Federation is dead, and the stars will only remember one person's name. Give up, my dear brother. We found you. Where is he at? Where is it? Looks cool.
But I brought you a gift for your coronation. Our nations want us to kill each other.
Aww.
However, they don't know that we're from the same source. Our souls are entwined.
Same source. Are they referring to the his second myth now? Maybe that's what they mean by the same blood. It's a figure of speech. That's what I'm guessing. Maybe. Hopefully. Push away. Only on the condition that you stand by my side. Okay. I make sure I understand. Oh. They're attacking you. Assess the situation. Caleb. Okay, that's all she said. They're behind you. Hide.
You may have ambition, but haven't lost conscience.
Whoa. It's a good thing he has force, has gravity, right? I love that look on his face. I love it so much. Get him. Throw him back.
Sealing their own fate.
Wonder who they are. Is it the Lorne Galaxy?
Now then, let us discuss the terms for a ceasefire.
Okay. Take your hand. He picks her up. Oh, I wish I would have changed my hair. Dang it. Negotiate. Caleb, what do you want?
You.
Of course. Of course he does.
But after tomorrow, you won't belong to just me anymore.
You took her crown. Take it back. Give it back to me. This is mine. I know, he's always taking your stuff, isn't he? Oh. Oh, man. Dang. Give it back. She doesn't care about that anymore. He pulled away. She's like, come back here. Suppress him? You need to find a way to fill up my ambition. Oh man, she's all over him, isn't she? Look at that face. I don't think he appreciates it. Oh, okay, he says that.
Let's make this our solemn vow. We'll forge our shackles anew.
She's so pretty.
And we will kill that very thing called fate together.
Man, after 6 months, she's like, I don't care about anything else. I am taking those lips for myself. On the throne, Caleb and I rest in each other's arms. On the throne? Where are they at? Is this here? Like, she went back to her home planet, right? And she just found him sitting on her throne. That's kind of funny, actually. The dust has settled, and only wisps of smoke rise above parts of the ruins. So who attacked the Empire? Imperial generals have regained control of the situation, and it's not hard to track down the forces that tried to sabotage our negotiations. Yeah, who was it? Those who want to profit from it will pay for the war to never end. Pray. It's not just Lorne, though. The Empire and the Federation have no shortage of such people. They're only more covert about it.
Exactly. Too bad they picked the wrong targets. No matter how hard they try, it won't work.
Caleb rotates his wrist and spreads out several encrypted documents. He taps them, and a series of terms appear in the air. Raising an eyebrow, I lean in to get a good look at the documents. Phelan drafted them and added enticing language and generous terms. They even promised you Lorne's entire shipbuilding capacity for the next 10 years. You weren't tempted. So, Phelan delivered Caleb to them? Is that what I'm getting out of this? And then Phelan's like, you must kill him. I have given him, I put him straight into your hands.
Isn't it because I already have the ally whom I want the most? I had no choice but to turn them down. Even though my little sister abandoned me halfway through our collaboration, I won't hold a grudge.
It's referring to the Valtio incident. I claimed to be sick halfway through while providing intel to the Lorne Galaxy. I know, right? I suppose I caused him some trouble at the time, but that's past now. There's nothing we can't discuss. I couldn't have guessed you detected someone was planning to bomb the starport, so you decided to strike first. In any case, the situation was unclear at the time. I wouldn't put my crown at risk.
I figured as much. I did visit you as soon as I stabilized the situation. You did the same thing tonight.
His expression, free of accusation, stirs a sense of guilt that's been dormant for a long time. I gently link my arm with his. Be honest, didn't you think you might die if I hadn't arrived in time? What if the others persuaded me and I decided to kill you? He doesn't answer my question. He only lowers
Do you remember the warp?
He only lowers his head to kiss my hair with a familiar intimacy.
Point, Veletio, and the plan we created? I still believe it can change certain established rules and lead us to a different future. What do you think, Your Majesty?
What do we think? 3 months later.
The Empire
snake
and
is
the
awake.
Federation have reached a consensus and renewed the Centennial Mutual Assistance Treaty.
Oh?
The exploration plan regarding Veletio will also be resubmitted for deliberation by the Noble Assembly and the Federation's Council. Your Majesty, High Marshal, you may place your hands here.
Are they getting married? It says officiant. Mutual Assistance Treaty. Resubmitted for deliberation. Place your hands here. Caleb and I stepped forward together and solemnly placed our hands on the treaty. Oh, okay. I thought they were getting married. I was like, oh. A ring of blue light spreads and ripples outward like starlight before settling into the profound silence. If the cosmos abides by one truth, it will forever exist in unrest and chaos. Tranquility is only temporary. We still have those headaches for our future selves. At this moment, I feel an unprecedented sense of satisfaction filling my chest. The void is gone. Doesn't this feel like we're exchanging vows? I was just thinking that.
If I had known, I would have prepared rings.
Aw, that's so cute.
If we exchanged vows, the old guard in the Empire would throw more than just one tantrum.
Do you care about that? Maybe we'll never be able to stand beside each other in such a way. His voice is quiet, yet it's clear. It feels as if he's whispering directly into my ear.
Ever since I was little, I've always accomplished what I set my mind to. Once I've chosen a path, I'll see it through to the end. It doesn't matter how impossible it seems. And when you kissed me for the first time, I was happy.
Aw, that's so cute.
I'm lucky that I have a sweet baby sister. Her heart is just like mine. Ever since then, I've never felt lonely.
Caleb and I were at opposite ends of the same fuse, but now all of that is behind us. The cosmos will forge ahead unscathed. In the Empire, Caleb's name no longer symbolizes danger and destruction, rather it will be the most gentle, romantic footnote of this era. Aww. Caleb, the Federation's High Marshal, the Empress's big brother, former enemy, and lifelong beloved, second only to the Cosmic Empire. Someday I think I'll agree to let someone delete that small text in parentheses. That's funny. After all, the life we'll experience together will be a long one. That's so funny. Delete it. Delete it. Was that excerpt from the book as well? Uh, crowning together. I hope you guys are not afraid of snakes. I'm gonna go get my snake. So here's my snake. If you guys like snakes, he's white and long, very long snake. Anyway, he's cold. I have the window open. I'm being cruel to him. So I thought I'd warm him up. Well, now we read the baby sister one, right? Like, I don't even know. I don't know what to think. I'm gonna read Angel's Corner post on it and see what she says, see if it makes me feel any better. I was just fine until they described each other as blood related, right? Like, I don't know about it. Yeah, I just don't know. But it was good. I liked it. I liked how they tease each other, they fought each other. They do this all the time, right? There's gotta be conflict. I feel like she's just as snarky in this one as she is in Silas's. I thought it was just a Silas thing, but I guess when you have, like, you know, High Marshal and Colonel Caleb and all that, he's pretty ornery to deal with, right? So you gotta stand your ground. Otherwise you're not gonna get very far with him, right? But yeah. Well, I guess that's it for this. It's already long enough, so I'm gonna keep the chatter down. But if you guys enjoy, drop a like down below and or subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.